Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Boy Are We Tired Today. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's one of those days. So Monkey may not be joining us because he is having a particularly bad day. Satsu needs a nap, and for whatever reason, I am just completely wiped for today for some reason. I don't know. It's just today was just sleepy day, I guess, or tired day, or hurty day, depending on who you are. But regardless, we're here. We're here to give you 2 hours of nothing but nonstop entertainment. And Sinatra will purportedly be here shortly as well, because why not? But joining me, as always, is the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents.
What up, dude?
And I'm your host, Scribe, the Lord of Yawning, because that's all I was doing right before the show started. I think now that I'm going to be talking perpetually, that'll be staved off a bit. We'll see. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday and have had a good week so far and a good week ahead of you. I hope you're all well rested as compared to the rest of us, because holy cow, it's something else today. Satsu, how are you?
I am fucking beat, dude. I didn't feel all that great yesterday, as I explained, and it's much worse today, but I'm here. So
yeah. Yeah, it was, according to Satsu, it was almost a Scribe light night all by myself, because he was getting ready to just wave off for the night and get a nap. And I encourage him to do so if he feels like it, because, hey, I can do this alone. I've done some live commentary stuff for a while. I can wing this. Probably, maybe. I don't know. But it's up to him, so we'll see. As for myself, yeah, I had a relatively, just kind of boring day, just kind of work, came home. But for whatever reason, just a couple hours ago, I was just sitting in my chair watching something, and I nodded off. It's one of those things where you don't know you've fallen asleep till after you wake up, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what? Oh, I'm tired. Oh, wait a second. Is it Jenna P's birthday?
Is it?
Well, somebody in the chat here, Check Your Logic, says it's Jenna P's birthday. Is it Jenna P's birthday? I guess it's Jenna P's birthday. Well, Satsu, you're gonna have to sing.
What?
Yeah, no monkey here. You got to sing.
I'm not the rules.
Yeah, it's the rule now because it's my show. I'm hosting, and you drug yourself here. So, I mean, you can go take a nap, and I'll sing by myself. It's up to you.
All right, night, guys.
All right, bye, everybody. All right, well, I'll take the ranting monkey role now. Well, Jenna, when it's a birthday, we do something like this. And a 1, and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I'm so sleepy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenna P.
W.
Happy birthday to you. That was a simulation of Satsu singing a song. It was just some kind of mumbling in the background. But happy birthday, Jenna.
Jenna's been very good to me, so I had to try at least.
Yeah, happy birthday to Jenna. Hope you are enjoying your birthday. And I hope we can, in some way, small or otherwise, can add to that. So, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, hit that like button if you have not already. And per usual, many of you have not. And please share our stuff far, wide, and sideways. You guys are the better algorithm that YouTube will not provide. So, in keeping with the title of tonight's show, because I read about this story first earlier this morning. And when I read the details of this story, I thought to myself, that sounds fishy. And, here we go. Hold on a second here.
See you Friday.
There we go.
Hello.
There's Sinatra. Hello, Sinatra.
I literally ended my stream the second you brought me in here.
Oh, well, okay. There you go. It's sort of like The Force Awakens into The Last Jedi. It's like there's just an immediate continuity.
Yeah, just right like that.
Yeah, same quality too. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're way better than that.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, and from what I'm hearing about the latest movie, fuck yeah. Sinatra, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Well, Satsu and I are both walking wounded because I'm like really, really yawny and he's really, really tired and almost decided not to show up tonight because he was so tired. But he didn't. He was like, the show must go on.
It must.
Yeah, but I'm encouraging him if he feels the need to go get some rest, but it's up to him.
No, I demand he stays around till fucketry time because we have some shared fucketry.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what it is. But I was just about to get into the wonderful world of the schnews. And like I was saying, per the title of tonight's stream, the story came out this morning. Girl is kidnapped off the street in the Bronx. Just like out of the blue, she's walking along the sidewalk with her mother. Car pulls up. Guys jump out, grab her, throw her into the car, drive off. Mother's knocked down. And I was like, holy shit. And I thought about it for a second, and I thought, that sounds absolutely bizarre because unless this was a targeted thing for some reason, my first thought was she's 16 years old. She's kidnapped from her mother. I don't know anything about the girl at that point or anything. I thought maybe this is some kind of family dispute or arranged marriage thing or something. I try to think of a scenario where it's just like somebody drives up to some random person on the street and grabs them. I thought it can't be random, especially if it's multiple guys. Like, I mean, this seems too odd. Well, as you might imagine, my lack of surprise, where later this evening, just a couple hours ago, kidnapping of teenager in the Bronx was staged, law enforcement source says. Surprise, surprise. The kidnapping of a 16-year-old girl.
Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Fry. If that was Fry, because
it was.
Okay, because that voice actor, it could have been Stimpy to a certain extent. Same guy. The kidnapping of a 16-year-old girl in the Bronx on Monday night was staged, a law enforcement source with knowledge of the investigation told CNN. The teenager, Carol Sanchez, knew at least one of the people involved in the kidnapping, the source added, but the source could not provide further details or a motive. Okay. Carol was walking with her mother along Eagle Avenue near East 156th Street around 11:20 p.m. when the pair was approached by a beige four-door sedan, the New York Police Department said. The car stopped, two men got out, and they grabbed the teenager, police said. They dragged her inside the car and pushed her mother to the ground. The mother, 36, was left at the scene and was not injured.
Can I take a stab at the motive here?
Go ahead.
Did they try to put out a GoFundMe in the time between when they reported it to when it came out that it was all full of fucking shit?
Yeah, not that I know of. But I'm wondering if it's like an attention-getting thing, or maybe they thought that they could get some kind of ransom thing, or an excuse to run away from home. I don't know. I guess maybe we'll find out, or maybe we won't, depending, because if I'm remembering correctly from the blurb I saw, this might not go very far. Carol was found Tuesday after she walked to the address that she and her mother were initially going on Monday night, according to another law enforcement source. Police were called, picked her up, and were questioning her Tuesday evening. The NYPD's 40th precinct cheered Carol's return when the news was announced Tuesday. Quote, "We have a victory today. Carol has been found." More like Carol showed up. She wasn't found, but anyway. "Thank you to all who worked very hard to track down the people involved in this case," unquote. Video taken by CNN affiliate WPIX showed Carol hugging family members as they are reunited Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, but it was all a hoax. I don't know if there's another source I can find that has more information on it, but what are your guys' initial reactions?
Your mother has to be extremely fucking controlling for you to stage a fucking kidnapping. Like, holy shit.
Oh, well, you know what, Satsu? It's amazing that you make that particular, I guess maybe not observation, but conjecture. Because I just found this story from the Daily News. Let me get that here real quick. So to enhance our understanding of the events that have occurred. Where'd it go? There we go. Teen kidnapped off Bronx Street, staged hoax to get away from strict mom.
Really?
Satsu, you are a goddamn genius.
Damn.
At least this is according to the Daily News. Now, whether it's true or not, time will tell if they decide to investigate further, but let's find out. A 16-year-old girl who appeared to be kidnapped off a rainy Bronx street admitted to cops Tuesday she set the whole thing up to get away from her strict mom. Quote, "It was staged," the source said. After she was found safe Tuesday afternoon, the teen, Carol Sanchez, was interviewed by detectives at the 40th Precinct Station House and then released into the custody of her family. She and her relatives declined to answer reporters' questions. Probably because her mom was beating her or something.
Oof, wow.
That's a desperate move.
I wonder what's going to happen to the kid now that the mom knows it's fucking bullshit.
I don't know. Let's see. Investigators learned the mom wanted to move the family back to her native Honduras and that Carol didn't want to go.
Oh, okay.
Well then, you want to move back to Honduras.
That's wanting to move away is a little bit different than having a strict parent.
Oh, I hear a squeedus.
Squeedus.
Oh, squeedus. Squeedus, so squeedus. Oh, she's making such nice noises tonight.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
Hello, baby. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl. Squeedus, just a tip. Never get yourself kidnapped if you have a disagreement with your mother. Just saying. Just might find some other way to let out your displeasure with your mother's decision.
Sean
but still,
says, "Kick the baby."
No. Yeah, why would somebody want to move to Honduras at this point in history?
The mom might have family or something down there. I just think that faking your own kidnapping is a little bit extreme to try to get away from moving.
Yeah, there's got to be something else going on there, or there's some other element to this story, or I mean, I guess she just could be a completely irrational teenager, which is entirely possible.
Yeah, that seems pretty believable.
Yeah,
I mean, we could also kind of address the issue that she knows some people who know how to do pretty professional grade kidnappings.
Well, when you're a willing victim, it's not that difficult to do.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I want to know, is she like standing outside the car going, "No, stop"?
Yeah, please, no. Thank you, Snubbirth. Don't kick the goddamn baby. Yes, no kicking of the baby. Don't do that. She made gurgle noises, you baby.
She's spitting at that notion.
I know. Well, let's move on to something that might be similarly childish, just on a completely adult level that is probably inappropriate. But hey,
I love childish.
This comes from our favorite friend at CNN, Chris Eliza. The 30 most blistering lines from Donald Trump's unhinged letter to Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, I saw this earlier.
Now, I have not. I saw that a letter had been sent. I have not read anything about the letter, so this will all be news to me. Satsu, have you seen anything about this?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's take a look. On the eve of his impeachment by the House, President Donald Trump sent a blistering letter to Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Airing his grievances with her and the broader Democratic Party, while insisting that the actions taken on Wednesday will doom her to the dustbin of history. Chris says, I went through the letter, which, from its first words, you can tell the president's rhetorical fingerprints all over it. Tell has the president's rhetorical fingerprints, okay? And highlighted some of the most important lines there below. Yeah. Because the lizard is a blogger, not an actual journalist. All right. Number one, quote, this impeachment represents an unprecedented and unconstitutional abuse of power by Democrat lawyers, unequaled in nearly 2.5 centuries of American legislative history, unquote. Wait. From its first words, you can tell has the president's rhetorical fingerprints. That is probably the most eloquent sentence I've ever seen attributed to Trump, given his Twitter style. So I don't know that he wrote that, actually. Chris. Yeah, see, even Squeedus is suspicious.
Yeah, she's a little skeptical.
Or if he did write it, he had a ghost writer to, filter it. But anyway, Chris's response to this. So, two things. One, impeachment is built into the Constitution, and 2 past presidents have been impeached by the House. Well, okay, Chris, I'm speculating here. When he says unconstitutional abuse, he might be referring to the fact that nothing in the articles of impeachment constitute, no pun intended, an articulable crime. I mean, high crimes and misdemeanors. I understand it is broad, it is vague, you can put anything in there, but abuse of power and obstruction of Congress aren't crimes as we see them in the law. They didn't say obstruction of justice, mind you, which would be. They didn't say bribery or extortion or something. They abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. So
not only that, but what they're considering obstruction of Congress, quote unquote, unquote, is Trump going to the judiciary.
Right.
Is that not the point of the fucking judiciary?
Tues, says Chris, it's Democratic lawmakers, not Democrat lawmakers, and away we go. Yes, well, Squeedus. It's true, Democratic and Democrat are sort of 6 of one thing, half a dozen of the other. Although the term of referring to people as Democrat versus Democratic has turned into kind of a pejorative over the last several years because of the whole rat at the end of the Democrat part of it. I think it was a pattern picked up around the Bush administration, but anyway. Number 2, you have cheapened the importance of the very ugly word impeachment. Chris's response, like I said, you can clearly see Trump's involvement in the letter. The very ugly word? Okay, maybe, I suppose. 3, by proceeding with your invalid impeachment, you are violating your oaths of office, you are breaking your allegiance to the Constitution, and you are declaring open war on American democracy. Okay, that's a little hyperbolic. Just a little. Right, Squeedus? Yeah, I know. Right, exactly. I know! Thank you, Cryptic. The baby made more sense than this impeachment BS, yeah. Chris's response, wow, lot to unpack there, or here. What, do you mean a lot, Chris? Lot to unpack? You got some land you're dealing with? Whether or not Trump likes it, the House is tasked with carrying out impeachment if a majority of members believed it is warranted. That is true. So it's not invalid. Mechanically, no, it's not. Thank you, Manic, for a Dogcat Fox. Hello, Dogcat Fox. Hello, Manic. Thank you so much. Owen, good job on your art, Manic. The little sketches and watercolorings and things. I think they were watercolorings and coloring ins that I saw today. And also thank you for the fan art thus far, like losing my signal at the moon base and Dogcat Fox. So it's not invalid. As for declaring open war on American democracy, well, Trump never pretended to be understated. Okay. 4, you dare to invoke the Founding Fathers in pursuit of this election nullification scheme. There's almost never a good time for the how dare you construction. Chris, you're just a brilliant analyst on this, aren't you? I'm just going to read the rest of the notes here.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
Yeah, even worse than offending the Founding Fathers, you are offending Americans of faith by continually saying you pray for the president when you know this statement is not true unless it is meant in a negative sense. Thank you, Jenna P. It's Sweet Chili T's birthday also. Baby cam for my B-Day. Uh-oh. Satsu, do you have a baby cam available?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Okay, we will all sing to Sweet Chili Tea. Well, I don't know. Sinatra, do you sing?
No.
So, should it just be me and Squeedus then, maybe?
Yeah, you guys can do a duet.
Because Satsu's not a... Oh, thank you, Angry Illinoisan. The Dems are declaring war on it because the Dems can't get through their thick skulls that their candidate lost. There's that, and they are effectively trying to just eliminate Trump from winning the next election through this extreme tactic, more or less, which they've been trying to do since he was elected. Let's see. Fortunately, there was a transcript. Wait, it's a terrible thing that you were doing, but you will have to live with it, not I. Fortunately, there was a transcript of the conversation taken, and you know from the transcript, which was immediately made available, that the paragraph in question was perfect. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see. Okay, this goes on for way too long. So let's just admit that Trump is mad, Democrats are offended, and it's a day that ends in Y. But anyway, sweet chili tea, it's your birthday. And so around here, I do this with the baby, technically, if she makes noises while I'm doing it, which she might not, but we'll try. And this is going to be this will be a solo. Yes. All right. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Good job, baby.
Happy birthday to you.
You blow raspberry for him?
Happy birthday, sweet chili tea.
I like that note you hit there, Scribe.
I try. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet chili tea.
Yeah, that was
with a sweetest accompaniment. Do we not have sweetest cam yet? I've looked over the wrong.
Hold on.
Is everybody
denying the man his birthday wish?
Well, it was. I think it was Jenna P that wanted. Sweetest cam. Either way.
Really?
Nope. There she is. There she is, little Squeetus. Aw. You're a superstar. Superstar baby. All right, let's see. What else do I have in the wonderful world? Anyway, Trump did something outlandish and vindictive and in a writing form, and people are offended. And it means nothing. It's not a declaration, but it does show that Trump can't control himself. I mean, I would appreciate something like decorum from the president, but, I've kind of abandoned hope on that one, so whatever. But it's more gristle for the mill, as it were. What's the other one? Which one do I want to do here? Oh, so you want to hear like crazy tragic story just for the hell of it, as if all this other stuff wasn't enough?
Yay, tragedy.
Yay, tragedy. So here we go. 2 wedding crashers are accused of killing a groom outside his own reception.
Yikes.
Yeah. 2 brothers have been charged with murder for allegedly killing a groom outside his own wedding reception, according to police in Chino, California. Roni Aristes Castaneda Ramirez, I'm probably screwing that up, 28, and Josu Daniel Castaneda Ramirez, 19, you need some spaces there, CNN, are accused of killing Joseph Melgoza and assaulting 2 men on Sunday, according to the police. In a news release, police said Melgoza suffered blunt force trauma to the head, but neither the news release nor the complaint from the San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office specifies if a weapon was used. The complaint says the other men, Jose Mancera and Juan Bustamante, were attacked with ball bats.
Whoa.
Ball bats? You mean baseball bats? Like ball bats? Anyway, the Ramirez brothers are each charged with murder and 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. They were scheduled to have their first court hearing Tuesday afternoon. CNN has not yet been able to identify an attorney for the suspects to provide comment. On Saturday, hours before being beaten, Melgoza, 30, had married Esther Bustamante. Melgoza's daughter, Lily, had served as their ring bearer during the ceremony. Okay. Quote, "It was the happiest day of my life," she said. The weather was great for their wedding last Saturday. The temperature was in the mid-60s, and there were only a few clouds in the sky. You give me a weather report during a murder report? What? Okay. Do they have a motive or anything? Suspects were not invited. Fight broke out in the alley. Huh. Okay, well, I think if you bring baseball bats to a wedding reception, you're already planning on doing something to somebody.
But it's not saying why.
I'm scanning through to see if it says anything about motive. Yeah, they weren't invited. but I'm guessing there was some kind of prior disagreement, let's say. Police say there's no known relationship between the brothers and the groom. Okay, so they just showed up at a wedding to beat a guy up with baseball bats and other people. Crazy. So, yeah, wonderful. It's like it just got married. Okay, great. For apparently no reason that we know of right now. But even if there was a reason, there's no good reason. It's like, ugh. Anyway, I saw that story. I just thought I'd bring everybody down a notch because why not?
That's ridiculous.
I know. It's just when I see stories like that, I'm just like, fuck. I mean, it's never a good day, but seriously,
that's really fucking sad.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, why not end on another political thing? Because when I saw this, I thought of Stacey Abrams, and you'll see why in a second. Georgia removes more than 300,000 inactive voters from rolls.
What does that mean?
Well, I guess we'll find out. The Georgia Secretary of State this week removed hundreds of thousands of registered voters it classified as, quote, inactive, unquote, from its voting rolls amid a legal challenge from a voting rights group to block the purge of a portion of the names. The removal comes as part of a new state provision signed into law earlier this year. Under the provision, the state must remove registration records from the voter rolls that have been deemed inactive for more than 3 years. A voter is categorized as inactive if they don't vote in 2 general elections and have had no contact with Board of Elections in that time, according to Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger's office.
So 8 years and no contact. They're probably dead.
Well, if I decide to exercise my right not to vote for 3 elections, but then I decide I want to on the 4th, I can't because I'm no longer part of the deal. I have to re-register or something, I guess.
I would think so.
About 313,000 voters were removed from the list, or about 4% of all registered voters in the state, according to the Secretary of State. The inactive voters were marked for removal after failing to respond to a pre-addressed, postage-paid confirmation card within 30 days. The card asked voters to confirm or update their information. State officials mailed out notices to the last known address of voters and posted the list of people online. Fair Fight Action, a voting rights organization founded by Democrat Stacey Abrams. I was just guessing, guys. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not quite predicting a strict mother.
Shit. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. You do that. Let's see. Democrat Stacey Abrams filed an emergency motion in federal court on Monday challenging the removal of a portion of the list, 120,000 voters who were removed due to inactivity since the 2012 presidential election. That was a long time ago. The group is in the midst of a federal case against Raffensperger over the so-called, quote, use it or lose it policy, which allows registrations to be canceled after voters fail to participate in elections for several years. Quote, in our view, it is a First Amendment right not to vote, and it is unconstitutional to take away a Georgian's right to vote simply because they have not expressed that right in recent elections. Fair Fight Action spokesman Seth Bringman said. 309,000 is the total purge. This also includes people who had returned mail, passed away, or informed the state that they had moved. In our view, these are appropriate reasons for a Georgia voter to be removed from the rolls, but use it or lose it is not, unquote. I don't know that I disagree in spirit with that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, if the person is no longer a resident of the state, obviously, if they're deceased, sure, but just taking it away because they haven't used it recently, even if they can renew it later on, I mean, when you hit 18 and you register wherever you're at, that's it. So unless or until you're no longer a resident or you've passed away. So yeah, I don't really. Lion Pager, they're not taking away their rights. Well, if I get deregistered without my knowledge because the last address the state had just happens to be wrong, or I don't look at the right website and I don't think that I've been deregistered, I've had my right to vote taken away, and by the time I get to the polls, I can't vote. So I've been disallowed from voting. So that would be my right taken away when I wanted to exercise it. So that would be, yeah. Yeah. So in this instance, at least in spirit, I don't disagree with Stacey Abrams, which is an odd thing for me to say, all things considered, but then some things transcend other disagreements. And now work is emailing me, and I'm fine. Anyway, any thoughts, Satsu? Any thoughts, Squishy?
Well, I was
Squishy
thinking,
Sweetest.
I was thinking in what somebody said in the chat, like, can't you just re-register?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I don't know that I've been deregistered and I show up to exercise my right to vote, but it's been taken away from me by the state without my knowledge, it might be an argument there that, you know, the state can't take away the right of somebody they haven't proven is invalid.
Yeah, I mean, could be, assuming you don't register to vote ahead of time, or like, you know, like, because there's a lot of stuff that pops up that tells you to ahead of time. A lot of people that are out and about trying to get people to register. So assuming you make no attempt at all on that year you plan to vote, and you just happen to not know, then yeah.
Well, I mean, if you don't know that you've been removed, if you have no prior knowledge of it for whatever reason, but you're still a resident of the state,
don't you have to register every year though?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
well, I mean, if you move to a new state, you have to register. But otherwise, once you register you should register at 18, and then from then on, you're just registered. So long as you don't move or do anything else. And if you have a change of address, you have to register that. But
yeah,
or at least you should.
Well, the way they talk about it in my neighborhood, where I grew up and stuff, everybody made it seem like, or at least everybody just did. They registered to vote every year. So,
Desert Tramp, you've been told by mail you should notify if you still want to vote. You've been notified by mail at the last address the government had on you.
You've been notified by a mail? What are you, a sexist?
Yeah, but what if you move to a house that you don't own? You know, what if you move into your mother's house or something? I mean, if there's a circumstance that in any other instance would not simply deregister you from voting, and you don't have any idea that you've been deregistered, and you know you don't get any notice of it, and you just think I have the right to vote because I live here in this state, and then you show up at the polls, it's like, oh, yep. I'm not dead. I didn't move out of the state. I'm still here. I want to vote. You're not allowed to vote.
If you move, you have to change your address.
Sure, but if the government makes a clerical error and you get your rights taken away because the government screwed something up, I don't know about that. Anyway, thank you, Gulf City Cult of Krill. You have to re-up your driver's license every 4 years. Why don't you have to re-up the voting on the same? I think re-upping your driver's license also re-registers your address in the system, but then you're not required by law to have a driver's license. So if you're not driving anyway. So anyway, guys, that's all the stories I had. We're going to move on to MSS News. So if you have any stories you would like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise to get to them all, but that's because I'm long-winded. Or I might fall asleep. I don't know. One of the two.
Am I going to be left to pilot the show on my own?
Well, I was joking about that with Satsu before you showed up. I said, you know, if both of us just took off and say, Sinatra, you take over. I said, I figure I'd show up tomorrow morning and it would have been just 7 hours of horsecock.
No.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
never.
Yeah, I know. And it's like 7 hours of horsecock and a $3,000 donations. Holy shit.
I take care of you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Let's see. This one comes from Desert Tramp. If it'll show up here. Oh, I guess I should try to do that thing where I share the screen. Unlike my colleagues who don't go to that extra effort. Okay. Thank you. Dude. And if this story wants to show up, there we go. Okay. Share screen, Chrome tab, this one, boom, and stop video. Sex offender expert Dr. Kurt Bumby arrested on molestation charges.
Always.
Wow.
Always the people who fucking rail against it the most.
Dr. Kurt Bumby, Okay, an expert on sex abusers and a consultant to the Arizona court system was arrested in Missouri on molestation charges which date back to 1989. News of Bumby's arrest did not reach Arizona's Administrative Office of Courts until after the AOC presented a report co-authored by Dr. Bumby on changes he is recommending regarding who administers polygraphs to juveniles. Okay, currently a probation officer or a treatment provider can administer the tests. Why are we talking about that when the story's about the guy that got arrested? Okay, I'm going to scroll down that. Dr. Bumby was last in Arizona on court-related business November 15th. He is nationally recognized for his work with sexual abusers, and his advice is in frequent demand. But the charges against him raised enough concern, the AOC contacted the National Center for State Courts to make sure the findings and recommendations are valid. AOC, that's the Administrative Office of the Courts and not Ocasio-Cortez, which paid $281,683 for the multi-year study, says the work is consistent with other research. Wait, so you're not going to give us any information on what the charges were or where they occurred or anything? You're just going to complain about like the money spent and that the courts were double-checking his work before officiating? That is a bizarre way of telling a story. Yeah, I know, Squeetus. So, okay. Well, there you go, I guess. Not the most effective storytelling I've heard.
Yeah, they just seem to not tell the fucking story.
Yeah, the story is this guy who's been doing this forever as an expert actually is, well, okay, accused, not convicted, alleged. It's true, but all the same. Okay, anyway, let's see. Okay, and we just got weird stories today because weird stories are the best kinds of stories, aren't they? Oh, they can be. I'm not promising nothing, but this one comes from Massive Dynamics. And get that there. Boom. Utah man was in freezer 10 years before discovery, left notarized letter behind.
Who notarized it?
Well, that's what I'm curious about. Go away video. Okay. A man whose body was discovered in a freezer inside a Utah apartment last month is believed to have been dead for a decade and left a note behind stating his wife didn't kill him, according to officials. That sounds awfully convenient for the wife, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So wait. So who was okay? I'm not looking at the stories. I'm asking these questions because maybe they'll answer them. Who was paying the rent on this apartment the whole time? Was anybody living there? And was no one maintaining the property in any way, shape, or form? Authorities were conducting a welfare check on November 22nd when they found 75-year-old Jean Saron Mathers dead inside her apartment, stating his wife didn't kill him. What?
He was notarized and signed by both parties before he went into the freezer.
I'm okay. Oh, wait a sec. Okay, maybe I'm misreading this. Okay, so they found her dead inside her apartment of natural causes in the town of Tues, about 35 miles southwest Salt Lake City. When police conducted a further search of the apartment, they discovered the body of 69-year-old Paul Edward Matthews in a freezer. Okay, so she was living there for 10 years with his body in a freezer.
Oh, she fucking did it.
With a notarized letter that just says, my wife didn't do it. In addition to the body, investigators found a notarized letter signed by Paul Mathers, probably with a gun to his head, stating his wife did not kill him. Quote, it was notarized on December 2nd, 2008. Police Sergeant Jeremy Hansen told Fox 13, we believe he had terminal illness. Police believe that Soron... Sorry?
You're roboting a little bit?
A little bit or a lot?
It was just a little bit.
Okay. I had a friend of mine recommend to me that I notify people, yes, I have been having internet issues. If I robot for 2 seconds... please don't freak out and tell me that everything's falling apart because then I get freaked out. If you can't hear me for several beats, then say something because otherwise I get a little paranoid.
It's okay to be paranoid.
Depends. All depends. Thurs, 75, left her husband dead in the...
Okay, I'm just not going to say anything about it now.
4th, 2009, and March 8th, 2009. Mathers.
Chat, can you hear me okay? Because Scribe is gone. See, I bring it up, tell him it's happening. No, you're going to freak me out. It's not. Now look what happens. Now look what happens.
Did he get kicked?
I don't know, but maybe listen when someone warns you. That's all I'm going to say.
You can't hear me at all?
No, now we can.
No.
Now you can?
Yes.
Okay. So, am I still on the show or aren't I? I don't know.
Yeah, you're here.
Sounds like you're still here to this.
Okay. Well, guys, I need to have some feedback when I talk. If you guys just go silent, then I'm like, what the hell's going on?
You literally just said, if it happens for 2 seconds, don't say anything.
Well, to be fair, we were giving feedback. You just couldn't hear us because you were glitching out there.
No, I could hear you guys. I could hear you weren't saying anything. I could hear Squeetus the whole time. So anyway.
I said, there goes Scribe.
Yeah, he was literally saying, "Oh, I'm not saying nothing about it now." And then he said, "Hey, chat, can you guys hear us? Because Scribe can't hear us."
When he says, I'm not saying nothing about it now, I thought it was because I glitched for a second and then I was fine.
You were straight up gone.
Well, you didn't say that, did you?
I did. I said, can you guys hear me, chat? Because Scribe certainly can't.
Yeah, well, at that point, I figured something was wrong, and I saw it in the chat. Anyway, thank you, Gulf City Cult of Krill. Maybe don't screen share and talk. Yeah, I'm thinking I maybe just want to skip that part if that's causing problems. I don't know what's causing problems anymore. I'm getting a Wi-Fi booster and a bunch of other things to try to mitigate some of this. So anyway, let's move on to another story because I wasted enough time complaining about my internet. Let's see. Okay, this one comes from Frosted Glass. Why not? This is from Vice. Your job is a miserable, grinding dictatorship. Time for socialism.
What?
That is the headline. The United States is a democracy unless you're at work, in which case it very much isn't.
Oh, okay.
You're right. Most places of work aren't a democracy. You have a job, you have a supervisor, you have a boss. It's not a democracy. Now, maybe there are some companies that operate in that way, in some way, shape, or form, but most don't. So I'm curious to know where you're going with this, Vice. A few months ago, Vice asked me, that is Nathan J. Robinson, whoever that is, if I would be interested in doing an interview with a young conservative. Oh, would you? I am the editor of a socialist magazine and the author of a book called Why You Should Be a Socialist. So it was thought that we might have fun arguing about whether capitalism or socialism was the superior philosophy. This almost sounds like the beginning of a joke. The young conservative duly read my book and prepared for the interview. Unfortunately, right before it was scheduled to happen, they received a surprise. Their employer, a right-wing publication, would not let them proceed. Do not talk to socialists, the employer said. The interview was not to be. Okay. It is interesting that the project was terminated this way, with an employer stifling an employee's right to speak. And that never happens in socialist systems, of course.
No, never.
Because it confirms what I intended to tell the young conservative in our interview, namely, bosses are fascists.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what the term fascist means there, person. Of course they didn't let them talk to me. That's what bosses do. It's precisely why you should be a socialist.
In socialist society, your bosses can't tell you what to do.
You have no bosses in socialist society because there are no jobs, apparently.
One of the core tenets of socialism is that economic democracy is just as important as political democracy. We recognize that when it comes to the government, people should have a say in deciding who their representatives are. They shouldn't be ruled over by unaccountable tyrants. Yet in the workplace where many of us spend most of our waking lives, do you though? I mean, you're a blogger and an author. You probably sit in your apartment just typing away at a computer. You're probably your own boss. So does that make you a fascist by default? That is exactly what happens. The political philosopher Elizabeth Anderson, I've never heard of her, has argued in Private Government, a book I've never heard of, that we need to start applying political concepts like democracy and autocracy to the private sphere as well as the public sphere. That's not going to happen. So you're wasting your time. There are plenty of places that have clauses in people's contracts about actions outside of the workplace that may affect your job or the business or something else. If that is part of your work agreement, you're liable to it, and you can be fired if you violate it. So if this, and I'm just guessing, if this guy had some kind of clause in his contract as the publication that he wouldn't talk to other outlets or other publishers or something without prior authorization, and they didn't have it, there you go. And that was the person making the informed decision to make that agreement. So, yeah, fascist, that's what that is.
So if you're not a socialist, you're literally a fascist.
No, if you're a boss, you're a fascist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. If you are the boss of a company.
Thank you. I thought that wasn't just making sense. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, right. There is a distinction there. Okay. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. Let's see if it's as educational as the last one. I hope so too, Squeedus. Husband left wife for her older sister after she caught them kissing in shed. Wait, what? Oh, wait, is this the Hunter Biden story? Thank you, Cody Fry. Economic democracy, you mean the free market? Because socialists aren't huge fans of the free market so far as I've seen. Yeah, there's that. Because free market is like oppressive. You know, it oppresses people. Lindsay Clark, 41, forgave her husband Wayne when she caught him kissing her older sister Sarah, but a month later, he packed his bags and moved out. Well, if that's what Lindsay looks, okay, I know I'm being petty. I don't know. A husband left his wife for her older sister 1 month after she forgave them for snogging in the garden shed. This is from the UK. At first, Lindsay Clark, 41, was glad her husband Wayne and her sister Sarah got on well. What? I mean, was this before or after you've caught him kissing? Sarah lived just around the corner and was always popping into their home for cups of tea and catch-up chats. Oh, and that wasn't all. They would even look after each other's children, and Lindsay would keep an eye on Sarah's dog. Lindsay told Take a Break magazine, quote, Sarah was more than just my big sister. She was my best friend. And she got on, yes, and she got on really well with my husband, Wayne, too. Yes. They'd been friends since before we got together. Oh, friends, you say. And then what happened? Oh, holy cats! Manic.
Woo!
Wow, thank you so much. That is ridiculously generous of you. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Scribe XOXO. Well, thank you, Manic. Holy cow. And thank you, Next 6 Minutes. Hot cocoa for Scribe. High fives for Satsu and Sinatra. Thank you, 6 Minutes.
Yay.
Manic. See, yeah, and I've been, just to let you guys, just because I don't want you guys to think this is all going off into Jack Daniels and all Jack Daniels and Goldfish. I've been paying forward a lot of the donations this month to charities near me. And so this too will motivate that forward again. So thank you so much. That's very generous of you, Manic. Appreciate it. Merry
Scribe,
Christmas to you. Yes.
I identify as a charity near you.
I reject your reality and replace it with my own.
That's not the line.
I identify as an attack helicopter.
No. Okay.
Oh, what is the line?
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Oh, substitute. Is it substitute?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was replace it.
Nope.
Okay, because I remember that from Mythbusters. It's I can't.
Yeah, that's where I got it from too.
Okay. Yeah. So husband was a jerkwad, and I have a feeling that they were doing something before they got married, but I don't know why he married the sister if he was into the other one. But who knows? Who's next on here? Oh boy, this one comes from Pinkalo, the driving ape man. Okay, I'm gonna put this one in the chat so you can see the photograph of this guy, because this guy looks like an absolute winner. Texas woman marrying sensitive death row serial killer.
Oh.
I've heard of this guy. Mass killer Nico Jenkins is very sensitive to the Texas woman who plans on marrying the monster. Jenkins terrorized Omaha, Nebraska during a 10-day killing spree in August 2013. 4 people died at his hands. Then he cut off his penis in a bid to be declared insane by the court.
Did it work?
No. In addition, he has a 666 tattoo and sliced his tongue to ape a serpent. I understand what that means in that context. It just sounds very weird. Instead, he was sentenced to death and remains on death row in Nebraska. But now Jenkins, 35, has found love and even tattooed his new lady love's name onto his face. Oh,
that is true love.
Romantic. Isn't it romantic? Dawn Argello, 46, from Texas, apparently sees something in the serial killer others don't. Now she plans on marrying him. Quote, I was very ticked off that he did that, she told the Omaha World Herald. He doesn't need to be self-mutilating like that. Oh, you mean like cutting off his dick? And the heroine, you're calling her a heroine. Okay. And the heroine, not the drug guys, the one with the E at the end, the heroine doesn't like the way her badass betrothed has been portrayed in the media. Yeah, it's really a shame to take someone who murdered 4 people and talk badly of them. Quote, if you believe the media, she said, he's the most hated man in Nebraska besides Charles Starkweather.
Who?
A notorious spree killer who went to the electric chair in 1959. Yeah, Starkweather, he did sort of he like kidnapped his like teenage fiance or something, and or cousin, something like that, and they went on this rampage for several weeks and killed a bunch of people. Thank you, Jenna P. Dr. Pepper cotton candy money or brain transplant start. Yeah, after reading all these stories, I might need a brain transplant, or given the headache that I've got broiling in my brain right now. Michael Bisceglia, oh God, I'm going to fuck this up. Bisceglia just subscribed and liked your channel. Well, thank you, Michael. And I apologize, I screwed up your name. If you spell it out phonetically for me in the chat, I will do better next time. I hate screwing up people's names. I really do. Unless it leads to a really cool nickname that ends up being like your chat nickname, like your handle, like Top Ramen Lewis, or the Peter, those guys. Let's see. Evil One, Scribe like she went along willingly. Willingly, but wasn't she a minor? It's that whole willingly versus coerced, and yeah, she did claim that she was kidnapped after the fact, and there was some question as to how much she resisted going along. Said something. That's a whole other story for a documentary you can find on Netflix or something. Let's see what time we got. Okay, we'll do this last one here because I saw this yesterday, and this is just interesting to me. This one comes from Jim Healis, and the Washington Post won't let me read it. Okay, well, I'll read the blurb at least. Mormon Church has misled members on $100 billion tax-exempt investments.
Oh. A
former investment manager accused the church of stockpiling surplus donations from members instead of using them for charitable works. A organization misappropriating funds. I am shocked. Thank you, Picala Driving 8-Man. With a drooling smiley face. Yeah, that's basically me being brain dead.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, we're going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for all of the stories. Appreciate your participation. You guys are half the show. Tazzy says Brian Stelter, not Stetler. Scribe Light. Did I bring up Brian Stetler?
I have no idea. I don't remember you.
I don't think I've read anything from Brian Stelter tonight, or brought up his name. So unless that's a reference to something else, I don't know. I don't know. But let's see. Anyway, we're on to YouTube time. For myself, I didn't do anything today because work was quiet, but it was busy, and other things when I got home from work distracted me from concentrating on anything, and I was also ridiculously tired. So I got a couple of things I'm looking at in the works, but we'll see. We'll see. Satsu, what'd you do today?
I messed around with my editing software a little bit, trying to figure out how to do some stuff that I'm thinking about doing for my main channel. Because I've been thinking for a while now about uploading videos again to my main channel, but to a not so serious degree. Like still talking about topics and stuff that I find interesting, but more just for fun, just kind of for kicks. So I was just messing around with some stuff, trying to figure out how to do some things that I'd never tried to use before, some tools and stuff that are accessible to me that I just don't even bother using. So I did a little bit of that, and that made me really sleepy. So tried to sleep, and that didn't work. So I was supposed to remake lemon pepper chicken today again, but Squishy's like, I want fried chicken. So I'm like, all right, cool. We'll do that then. So I still can't upload that video because I gotta get the money shot, man. Can't upload it without the money shot.
The money shot?
Yeah, you gotta take that food pic, make it look all nice.
Oh,
so I can make it a thumbnail.
Well, there's plenty of little videos out there that show how they make those pictures of food look like they're really, really good, except it's all using like soap and paint and stuff. Let's see. So Michael Biseglia. Okay. Well, he said it's either A or A, so it could go either way. Let's see. And who was it that's
good? Good ear X Bubba Hotep.
Zippos have such a distinct sound. Yeah, I heard that too. But I tend to try to not interrupt my co-hosts, even if something interesting is going on. Let's see. Who is that up there? Scribe Light, it's tithing where you pay 10% of your earnings to the church, says Christopher Gardner. Yes, I not a Mormon myself. I'm aware of some of their policies and or traditions, and I knew that was the tithing thing. It's always like 10% of what you earn in perpetuity, I think it is. All right, Sinatra, what have you been up to today?
There's going to be no video on the main channel tomorrow. I had to go to my kid had some minor surgery this morning, so I was with him.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I was with him a good portion of the day, so there's going to be no video on the main channel tomorrow. I did, however, edit the 1 month update for the Planet Aquarium and the next creepypasta that might not go out till Friday. Depends what I can get done tomorrow, but that's what I did Tucker Tuesday. That's about it for me.
A lot of people are asking where Monkey is. So Monkey's taking the night off because he was just not feeling good tonight, guys. He was in a lot of pain. If you've been paying attention to Twitter today, and I don't blame you if you haven't, he took another fall down the stairs, either today or last night. And he says it was just a minor little bump on the arm, but you know Monkey, he'll downplay certain things just to keep everybody else from worrying about him. So we're in contact with him. He's just resting for tonight. So hopefully he'll be back tomorrow to host the show per usual, but keep an eye on Twitter and be sure to follow us on there too, to keep abreast of what's going on. Let's see. And was that it, Sinatra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry, Satsu. Maybe I accidentally cut you off. Did you have anything else?
for
YouTube time. Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
I know. I think I was going to. Yeah, I was going to edit the video footage and put it together for our Yeet Tower that we built the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Fun with that. Just use the footage straight from the stream to show both the construction and just the fucketry that ensued because of it. It was pretty fun.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Thank you, Cody Fry. Hashtag SCOTUS 2020. There is no way to deal with your naysayers. SCOTUS. Well, she's cute enough to run for president. Sure. Why not? Oh, wait, no, she's got to be 30. Was it 35? 35 and a natural born citizen.
Who's Squeedus?
Yeah, Squeedus. Yeah, so we got a few years left. But wait, is there a limitation similarly to being vice president? Like, does the vice president also have to be at least 35 years of age?
I don't know.
I'm curious. If anybody knows that, because it's like, could you have a president that qualifies when the vice president's like, 16 or something? I wouldn't recommend that. I'm just curious if that's. It's got to be in the law. The vice president also has to meet that, because I mean, if the president gets incapacitated or something, their person has to take over. They can't. Yeah, I assume that has to be the case. Anyway, just a random flippant thought. Moving on to fucketry time, because it's always fucketry. What do I have that's exciting today? Did I have much? No, that was yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah, aside from telling Monkey that he needs to get a Mrs. Deagle chair, so he stops falling down the stairs, but of course there's no room for that. Well, some of the first reactions to the Rise of Skywalker have started coming out from the premiere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's an embargo on any actual reviews until midnight tonight. And there was a social media embargo until, I think, early this morning. But if anybody here is subscribed to Doomcock on YouTube, who does some very entertaining videos, you can take some of his reporting with a grain of salt sometimes, but his inside scoops on the development and progress and plot points of Rise of Skywalker have seemingly been relatively on the nose. And there's a couple of very professional people who have tweeted out some very not enthusiastic things about the film. And what little I have seen, heard, or had told to me, I mean, I didn't have a lot of hope to begin with, because the original sin of this movie is that Palpatine's alive.
Yeah, that.
I mean, if everything else was okay about the film, bringing Palpatine back, nullifying the entire point of the original trilogy, or hell, the entire point of all the movies prior to it. I mean, prequels included, because technically that was part of the ongoing, sort of journey of Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, it's just why the hell? Why do it? It doesn't make any sense. And a lot of the other stuff, and just the little bits and pieces they've shown us so far. They can fly now. Oh God. So anyway, aside from that, I don't know that I have a whole heck of a lot that I commented on today. Oh, so a weird thing happened. So I just found out about this before the show started. Adam Driver, Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen I don't even know if there's footage of this because it's NPR, but apparently he was in an interview with Terry Gross, who is a very well-known interviewer at NPR. And they were talking about various things, but his movie on Netflix now, The Marriage Story or whatever. And she started to play a clip of him from that movie in order to talk to him about the movie. But apparently, and I'm bewildered that this wasn't told to them ahead of time, apparently Adam Driver has a ridiculous phobia of hearing himself speak or act or anything.
Really?
And so at the moment she says they're going to play a clip, he gets up and runs out of the interview.
Wow. I
was just like, wait, you act for a living. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still have trouble listening to myself speak when I listen back to my videos or editing stuff. It still doesn't sound right to me, and I don't know if that I'll ever get used to it. I've gotten more used to it now that I've had to do it more often. But to be scared to see yourself or hear yourself in a performance, I mean, it's just strange to me. That's just strange to me. How do you get through, I don't know, reshoots or looking at how you did something or going over footage with your director, that kind of thing? Or practice. You know, if you make I know a lot of actors, they either make a demo tape and try to figure out, like, how do I emote on camera? Or am I doing this, that, or the other? So I don't know. Do you think psychological or just complete prima donna?
Probably some psychological shit there.
Yeah.
There might be a little prima donna to it, but if he was hard to work with, we would have heard it by now.
Maybe. I don't know. Disney's pretty good at keeping things under wraps.
Yeah, but if someone's hard to work with, people find out about it.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, that's all I had. Satsu, what kind of fuckatry do you got?
Let's see here. There was some stupidity going on Twitter today, because there always is. So there was somebody in the conversation that we were having yesterday about the beating the shit out of people who say things you don't like. And who was it? Was it Necrosol? No, I think it was what is his name? God damn it. Hold on. I'm trying to find the exact feed so I can get to the conversation in specific that we were talking about. I know this is Kyle was talking to the dude too. Oh, I think did he delete his tweets? Hold on.
Didn't you see my text message?
Oh, I thought you was talking about Sofane.
Yeah, he deleted all the tweets, and he said he was worried that he triggered conservative snowflakes or something like that. So he wanted to delete all the tweets so he didn't lose his account.
Oh no, I was talking about the other dude that we were talking to, not Sofane.
Oh.
There was another person that we were talking to who was basically questioning people on like what they think should happen in the place of violence, because Sofane had admitted, and he said this straight up, like, I have no problem beating the shit out of people who say stuff that I don't like. He said, I completely condone it. It is what it is. And I'm like, okay, well, cool, if that's how you feel. And this other dude was like, I agree. So he was asking people, like, so what do you think we should do? Do we have to just sit there and endure it? We have to take it, or always be the bigger person? I'm like, you don't have to endure anything. You don't have to take anything from anybody. You can tell that person to shut the fuck up. You can say whatever it is you want to say to them, or you can walk away. Like, those are your options. And he's like, so I'm just supposed to accept having a person make me feel like less than a person? I'm like, your personal holdups, the shit that you deal with in your life, makes it possible for people to make you feel like less of a person. I've never understood that concept, how another human being who is irrelevant to your situation, mind you. Now, I can understand how somebody like your mom, somebody who takes care of you, a guidance person, somebody who you usually get guidance from or something like that, maybe a pastor or something. I can understand how those people can make you feel a certain way. But I'm like, an irrelevant person who's not paying your bills, not fucking you, and not feeding you. I'm just like, what? How does what they say have any influence on your overall being as a human? I just don't understand that at all. So if you are allowing people to make you feel like less than a person because they said a thing to you once, then you're the problem in this situation. Like, you're the issue. It's not them. They're assholes, sure, but they already know that. You have your own problem that you need to work out, because that is fucking ridiculous. Because I can't fathom allowing another person's words to determine my self-worth, like, as a whole. That's fucking ridiculous. And if you feel that way, if you're one of those people who allow people to do that, I am so sorry, but that fucking sucks, because there's no way. It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, the thing that frustrated me the most about these conversations in general is there were a lot of people who were still trying to play the whole I don't support violence angle, you know? Like they were still trying to convince me that they don't support that while simultaneously trying to tell me that they completely support it. And I'm just like, just tell the truth. I don't care. Like I'm not gonna fuck with you, but I don't care. If you decide that is something you condone, then just say it. Like stop fucking beating around the bush. Stop pretending like you're this virtuous person who's like, oh no, I'm just trying to. No, you're not. You're a piece of shit. Just admit it, so we can move on with our lives. Like it's not that hard. People are treating this whole situation, this conversation, you know, like I don't know. It's really stupid. I still see some of Sofane's tweets though. I don't think he deleted all of them.
He took down a portion of them.
Yeah, he took down a decent amount of them because there's a lot of blank spots in here or whatever. I did see I was going to talk about the girl who faked her kidnapping or whatever because I saw that because people were like, yet another black girl goes missing and America doesn't care.
Oh God.
Over on Facebook, and I'm just like, this ain't fuckatry, but I did see World War Z added a horde mode update. And that makes me want to go play that shit again because the best thing about that game is killing the zombies. The story sucks. Like nobody gives a fuck about the story. The maps are meh, and the set pieces are okay. But killing zombies, hordes of zombies, that is the best part of the game. So if they just added a horde mode, I'm all over that shit. So I'm gonna have to see what that life is like. Other than that, I can't really find anything else that I cared that much about. No, yeah, that's it. I can't find much else.
All right, Sinatra, what do you got?
It kind of leads in with Satsu's. I got into it with Sofane earlier. He posted a picture of a comic, one of the like little political comics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was what's his face, Ben Garrison, but something like that. And it had James Hodgkinson hold the congressional shooter, holding an AK, a smoking AK, and it said no Trump, no NRA, no GOP, or something like that. And Sofane tweeted that and said, oh shit, I'm doxxed. So I retweeted it and said, political violence against people let me get the exact tweet so I can read it to you.
Real quick, thank you, Citron. You guys have always been too patient with Fane.
Well, I'll tell you how this went. James Hodgkinson shot political congressman. Politically motivated violence is hilarious if you have the right opinions. Fane shot back, this is a conservative comic. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I guess my joke was the problem here. Maybe in the comic and I are both shitty for making bad jokes. What's your opinion on the joke here? And I said, I was just pointing out your hypocrisy when it comes to political violence. Right-wing violence is bad. Left-wing violence is good. Weren't you railing against a Christchurch shooter like everybody else? He said, but why do you use this tweet? The point of this is I'm a liberal who owns guns, is pro-2A, doesn't like Trump, the NRA, or the GOP. And I wear sunglasses. And I said, he shot people. The Christchurch shooter shot people. James shot people. They're both political violence. Do you not see the difference? Or are you saying that you identify with anything James Hodgkinson did? And then he just replied with, the fuck? Okay, have a nice day, Sinatra. And I was like, I was just asking. You're the one who brought up the similarities. Do you see a difference there, Fane? And he said, with the fucking comic? Now you're just spinning some theory that I'm shooting Republicans. Untwist your nipples. I said, that's funny coming from you. And then I see the tweet with Sofane and Satsu going back and forth where Sofane said, I will gladly punch a racist in the face. Wait, I screenshot the tweet because I fucking knew he was going to take him down. He said, I'm not afraid to punch a fucking racist who is being a fucking racist. So I replied to that and said, oh, so you are okay with political violence. And then he replied, you know what? You're such a fucking asshole sometimes. And I said, maybe you should untwist your nipples a little bit.
He directly said, that's the part that killed me. He said explicitly, and then he reiterated because he thought I misunderstood what he said yesterday. Like, yes, I am 100% okay with doing this. I'm like, oh, okay, I mean, that's fine if that's how you feel. That is okay.
He called me a fucking asshole. I said maybe you should untwist your nipples a bit. Then, like literally 2 minutes later, he said, "I have to delete tweets now. Got my first warning shot from Twitter. I had some conservatives get their panties in a twist because I made a joke."
Now I don't remember. Was Sophane one of those people who was on the jokes? Jokes aren't funny if they harm people or if they imply some type of violence or whatever. That I don't remember. Was he on that train?
I don't remember either, but I'm willing to bet probably.
I don't want to latch that on to him if it wasn't him, but it is funny that he would share a meme like that, which is absolutely showing what we think it's showing. But
yeah,
I don't know. You think that he'd be above that?
Did you guys see Hillary Clinton's new face?
Yeah, I was confused about that, as I'm sure a lot of people were. Thank you, Non Vitae Rex. He sounds like textbook definition of an internet tough guy.
A little bit, yeah. I'm screen sharing this right here.
Oh, okay, one sec.
So this was Hillary Clinton's picture last Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is her like 2 days ago.
Maybe she got Botox.
I don't know, man. I don't think Botox changes where your cheeks are. That's some pretty jarring changes right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
That other picture looks like of somebody cosplaying Hillary Clinton.
It looks like the bunny from Donnie Darko.
Oh God.
And
okay.
I saw one. It was an ad for GE, and it had Ray and the other people. I don't know who they are. I really don't know who they are. It had Ray and like 4 other people around her.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an Asian woman, a Mexican guy, a black dude, and a black woman. I don't know who they are. From Star Wars, and it said, "The Rise of Skywalker. 3 ways to fulfill your destiny: the stainless steel, the slate, or the black slate from GE." It's a fucking ad for stoves.
Yeah. Yeah, the way I can support Star Wars is to buy a stove.
And one more thing was, it's finally come out that Greta Thunberg has been filming a documentary since early 2018.
What? You're kidding me.
No, here, I'll screen share the article. A Hulu documentary to showcase the rise of global warming alarmist Greta Thunberg. A documentary, blah, 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 is set to premiere on Hulu in 2020. The film, which is currently going by the working title Greta, will follow Thunberg from her August 2018 school strike in Stockholm to her lecturing world leaders. So it's all a fucking act.
It's almost like this was planned or something.
Oh yeah. But if you dared say anything like this about her a week ago before this information came out, you'd be a conspiracy theorist.
Oh yeah, like if you said some shit like, I bet you there's going to be some type of Netflix special. I guarantee this is all an act. They're like, yeah, nice conspiracy theory, Alex Jones. And I wonder what the excuse is going to be now that they know. Now that it's out. Are they going to be like, well, that doesn't mean anything?
Who's behind the documentary? Is there like a production company or something? Because I'm curious, like, did they literally start filming her as she was starting this whole thing? Like, it was all timed, planned, and prearranged, essentially?
Well, it says that the documentary started in 2018 when she started her school strike.
Okay.
It said she began the documentary in 2018 of August, staging a school strike every Friday.
I wonder if the production company is funded by her parents or something.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
All right.
Let me just skim. Oh no, it's being produced by Cecilia Nesson and Frederick Heening.
Okay.
And directed by Nathan Grossman. So there is some production value behind it.
Sure. Okay. It's not just like mom and dad have the camcorder out and we're just like filming shit.
No, this is being produced by like actual fucking people.
All right.
So what do you know? It's all a fucking act. It was all an act from the very beginning.
Nah, man, it's still real.
The only other thing I have is some woman tweeted out, said, if you use blue check mark as a pejorative, you have the most warped sense of how power actually works.
Oh, yeah, I responded to that yesterday. I said, that's exactly what a blue check mark would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just retweeted it with a meme of a doctor telling someone that they have an inoperable blue check mark. That's all I got.
All right. Well, we got a few minutes. We could do a Mad Lib.
Sad lib.
Manic, that is fucking hilarious.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Squeedus the president. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I checked Twitter, guys. I just retweeted it out. It's Manic puts Squeedus on the president's desk. But yeah, let's do a Mad Lib. So, chat, this is what I'll need from you. Remember to put each of these into separate little chat messages. And if you tag them so I know what I'm looking at when I scroll back up, appreciate it. So what I need from you guys are your favorite expression, your principal, as in like at your school, if you want to, or just a good name for a principal if you don't have one. I'll take whichever. And a plural noun. So favorite expression, your principal, and a plural noun. Satsu, I need an adjective.
How about soaked?
Soaked. Sinatra, I need your city or town.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland. Satsu, I need another adjective.
Wait, if we're talking about Cleveland, Ohio, dirty.
Almost spit out my fucking water.
Sinatra, I need a plural noun.
Hobos.
Satsu, I need a food plural.
Hold on. What is corn plural?
Corn.
Ears of corn, I guess, or corn cobs. I don't know.
I don't know. I was trying to. I'm like, but I can't think of what it is. Like
kernels of corn. I don't know.
Well, it depends. Do you mean an ear? Do you mean a cob? Do you mean a beef?
Just put corns.
Just corn.
Sinatra, I need a singular noun.
Corn.
No, come on.
All right. Singular noun.
Yes.
Pothole.
Okay. Satsu, I need a teacher. However you want to interpret that.
Mr. Buttram.
Mr. Buttram?
Buttram.
Buttram, okay. Sinatra, I need an adjective.
Stinky.
Satsu, I need a singular noun.
Crack pipe.
I got the crack pipe.
Really nailing Cleveland here.
Okay, Sinatra, I need a friend.
Satsu.
Oh.
I'm also in Cleveland.
Yeah. Satsu, I need a past tense verb.
Destroyed.
Okay. Sinatra, I need an exclamation.
Did someone already say stinky?
I think you did.
Oh.
How about horsecock?
Okay, I go horsecock.
Horsecock? Okay.
I was going to say, fuck.
Okay, Satsu, I need a body part singular.
Penis.
Okay. You're in third grade. All right, now we're on to chat's Suggestions. So a favorite expression. Scrolling up. Prospero says, "Eat a bag of dicks." All right, eat a bag of dicks. All right, then I need a your principal. Eugene Burns says, "Principal Dunbar." All right, I'm not quite. Is that the reference to something, maybe, or maybe it's a real person? And lastly, a plural noun. Who's got a plural noun for me? Frosted Glass says, "Puma Men."
All right.
All right.
Ah, damn it.
What?
Angry Illinoisian said it should have been yeet.
Yeet. I can change it to yeet. You want me to change it to yeet?
Change it to yeet.
All right.
Oh, speaking of horsecock, I do have one more bit of fucketry. MK Fenris tweeted out yesterday, when they finally come for the pea shooters, instead of Fortunate Son, Sinatra's going to play horsecock as loud as he can.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. This one is called "On the Track of Bigfoot."
Oh, boy.
One soaked day, our class went hiking along the Cleveland, Ohio River. Like all dirty hikers, we were ready for any emergency. In our backpacks, we carried hobos, corns, and one pothole. As we walked along the trail, Mr. Buttram noticed a stinky footprint. Do you think a crack pipe made these?
This is so well for Cleveland.
No, but let's follow them anyway, suggested Satsu. We destroyed for hours. Then I screamed, "Yeet! I think I see a huge penis."
Ah, damn, that should have been horsecock.
Eat a bag of dicks, we heard someone say. It was Dunbar. Dunbar, we screamed. We thought you were a huge penis. Quote, "Do I look like a huge penis? Well, as long as you're all here, you can help me look for Puma Men. There are lots of them here along the Cleveland, Ohio River. We can take them back to school and study them under our microscopes." Eat a bag of dicks, everyone said. The end.
That's good.
Oh my god.
Yeet, I think I see a huge penis. Do I look like a huge penis?
Dude, I think that was East Cleveland.
Yeah, that was the east side.
That was East Cleveland.
God.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
We carried hobos, corns, and one pothole. We noticed a stinky footprint. Do you think a crack pipe made these tracks?
Yes, I do.
Yes, most likely that was the culprit.
All right, I will take a screenshot of that and try to remember to post that on Twitter tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for all your contributions to that wonderful Mad Lib.
I think Check Your Logic is right. We have time for one more.
No, we got like 2 minutes.
I don't know.
You'd be surprised what a couple of guys can do in 2 minutes.
I can find a really short one.
It's going to take you 2 minutes to find that really short.
No. Okay. I'll skip. Okay. So chat, this is what I need from you. An adjective, a present tense verb, and another present tense verb. So give me an adjective and 2 different present tense verbs. Satsu, I need a pet name.
A pet name?
Pet name.
Mittens.
I will say there are very few words in this one, so the more funny you can make them, the better. Sinatra, I need an animal, singular.
Horse.
All right. Satsu, I need an adjective.
Dead.
All right. Sinatra, it just says male, M-A-L-E, so a male.
Scribe.
Okay. Satsu, I need an adjective.
Creamed.
Okay. And then Sinatra, I need a body part, singular.
Cock.
Yeah, okay. On to chat. I need an adjective. Who's got me an adjective? Where? I got verbs. I got adverbs. I don't know who's giving me an adjective, but adjective. Where? Okay, everybody's giving me verbs and adverbs and things. Did I miss something here? You killed Sanute. No, that was that. Bloody, says Torcular Herophilus. Okay, bloody. Then I need two present tense verbs. Okay, we got plenty of those. Corey Suzuki says ejaculate. That seems to be along the theme so far. And another present tense verb. No, that's I'm not doing. That's gross. Coagulating, says agnostic. Right. Okay, coagulating. All right. So here we go. This one is called. Service temporarily unavailable. Uh-oh. Now you were okay. This one's called Snow Games.
Oh boy.
I don't know how funny this will be because, like I say, very few words. Okay. My name is Mittens, and I am a horse. Winter is my favorite time of the year because I love playing in the snow. To get ready for winter, I make a point to grow an extra dead coat of fur to keep me warm. This coat lets me play all sorts of winter games outside with my person, Scribe.
Aww.
Okay. I am really creamed at a lot of the games people play. I like a snowball fight, except I call it Magic Snowball because I like to catch the snowball in my cock and then eat it.
Oh, God.
It's cold and really bloody.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Sometimes my person fools me and the snowball drops on the ground and I can't find it in the rest of the snow. Then I just eat regular snow. It's just as good. I also like to go ice skating. I follow my person onto the ice. I watch him ejaculate around, and then I move my paws around, and soon I can coagulate across the ice. I wish the Olympic judges could see me. I am very graceful. I love winter, and I can't wait for the next snowstorm. I sure hope my person has a snow day off from school so we can play all of my favorite games. The end.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Pinkala, the driving ape man. Too late, unfortunately. Present verb fist. Sorry about that, Pinkala. I'd scrolled up and it didn't appear. I apologize, but thank you so much for the donation. I like to catch the snowball on my cock and then eat it. It's cold and really bloody. Good God. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for all of your help on that one, such as it were. But we're going to move on to question time. So it's your time. If you have questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, complaints, if you have diabolical plots to have yourself kidnapped, tell us where you would have it done. If you have questions for us directly, put plenty of question marks, chat marks after those. If you have statements for us to consider, please put plenty of statement marks after those. Programming note, if you do not know anything about Sinatra, you're probably a healthier person. But if you would like to know more about Sinatra, go check out Sinatra Says on the YouTubes. If you like what he does, be sure to subscribe and like and click the bell icon and follow him on Twitter and look at his Patreon and be sure to, send a signal into the sky with a flare, all that kind of stuff.
You guys should take a look at what I just tagged you on Twitter.
All right, real quick. Gems, Chinese impeachment. Fine.
Just watch. This is so funny. Oh my God!
Sorry, guys, I'm watching something that you can't see. But if you go on to Twitter right now and look at what, all right, look at what Satsu just posted on Twitter. If you have a chance, it's funny. Mata Winter. Oh Lords, Meowie Christmas. Has Cat Santa's presents arrived yet? Well, I've already had my Christmas with my family. So and truth be told, my parents have a cat, and they marked several gifts as from their cat to me. So yes, actually, Cat Santa's presents arrived.
I have not been able to go to the P.O. box today because, like I said earlier, I was dealing with some child surgery stuff. But I will try to remember to go tomorrow.
Let's see. Sorry, guys. 1 second here. My thing jumped around. RJ Bansma, how's Monkey? Last I heard, he was hurting, but just needed to rest. So that's all I know as of right now. El Vaquero 555. 1, violence is a two-way street. 2, right-wingers are generally more competent at inflicting violence. How do idiots like Sophie not get this? I don't think violence is an answer to much of anything, except it's war or defending yourself. So, let's see. Evil One, Scribe. Did you see Nancy Pelosi says she practices medicine, but she's not a doctor? I saw a tweet about that, but I haven't actually seen the quote or the footage. So
yeah, she was trying to say Trump's not a lawyer, like she's not a lawyer, but she practices medicine or something.
She's being sarcastic. Okay. Pirates Creed, you people are all going to hell. You know that, right?
Probably.
I don't think so. Next 6 minutes. Sinatra, do you prefer peppermint or cinnamon holiday snacks?
Cinnamon.
Okay. Angry Illinoisan, Tucker Tuesdays are awesome.
That's true.
Jenna P says, Stop and Shop, great place to be kidnapped by the butcher.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, is the butcher a handsome man? I don't know. RJ Bandsman just says, Satsu.
Yes.
Oh, I found it, finally.
Okay. So if you like creepypasta or stinky poopy, go over to Creepsin. Oh, stinky poopy. That's right. I forgot about that. You like stinky poopy?
I'll be right back.
All right. Mike R. Scribe, you should look into getting an Ethernet power line adapter for your latency issues. If that requires a cable or a cord, problem is that the way that my apartment is oriented, there's only one cable outlet, and it's on one side of the apartment. And then my computer room is across the apartment and around a corner kind of thing and up on a desk. So I unfortunately can't do a wired connection to my computers. Everything I have to do has to be, unfortunately, wireless for the time being. I am considering finding out if I can have there is an inactive what used to be a cable plug in this room. It was taken out before I moved in, I guess, or something. I'm going to find out if maybe that can be reinstated or something. We'll see. Let's see. Okay, chat jump, guys. So I missed your question. Please put it in again. Sean Uli, Scribe, did you know that if your voting precinct doesn't have you, you can cast a provisional ballot while they check you out? No. So if that's the case in Georgia, then maybe that's a way around it. But at the same time, like I said, I can understand the sentiment behind the opposition to what they're doing there to a certain extent. So
I'm back.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, if people haven't voted in that long, I don't really get what's the downside. And if you haven't confirmed someone's dead or moved out of the state, why is having people on the rolls just because they've been inactive inherently a bad thing?
I don't know.
What's the downside to that? I guess is what I'd be curious about. Let's see. Scribe, you asked for a place to be kidnapped. I gave an answer. It's true. You did give an answer. I'm just wondering, is there some reason it's the butcher that's kidnapping you, or is that just like so much more homicidal? Let's see. Daniel Fullman, Lords of the Night, War. Huh. Good God, y'all. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again. Yeah. Let's see. The Scribe Light, the power line are plug-and-play devices that use the electric plugs as a bridge for internet search Netgear power line. Okay. Well, I'm getting a Wi-Fi booster thingy, hopefully by the end of the week. And again, I mean, maybe it was me trying to screen share stuff at the same time I'm trying to, broadcast stuff. I don't know. I mean, I've called the cable company or the internet company and tried to figure out what's on with them because I've used a little ping program that One Ton Hammer recommended and saw there was all types of crazy stuff going on. So we'll see. I mean, like I say, some nights, like last night, no problem at all, really. There's like a second and a half of me, roboting, but no big deal. I did the stream on Sunday. No major. There's always going to be some little hiccups, almost always. Unless you've got like a really, really good connection, I guess. But anyway, let's see. RJ Bands of Scribe Light. Why did the Jack go into a box? Tune in tonight on Jack Gunsky's Quippers United.
And to answer your question, Jack, no, I do not want to come on tonight.
Let's see. Gorbag goes camping. A Wii Boost Scribe Light. Wii Boost? Like Weibo? No, it's just like I looked up on Amazon for a Wi-Fi booster and just found the best rated one I could find, and it was like $15 or something. So we will try it out. Hopefully, I'll get it by the end of the week, and I'll have some kind of result to report by the weekend. Motto Winter. Oh lords, frozen custard, gelato, or mice cream. I'll check as long as the other two options aren't also mice flavored. I'll go for the gelato. Guys, any opinions?
No.
Gelato.
Okay.
I'm just reading these shills on Twitter about Star Wars.
Terry Diamantis, are you mocking the audience by having 3 S names but no monkey to get confused by them? No, we had these names before tonight. So there you go. Data Wasteland, Scribe Light, wireless fries your brain. I will email you the link and info if you want. Feel free. I don't know what I can do about it. I've already invested plenty of money already, so yes.
An immensely satisfying ending. Epic. I'm an emotional and overwhelmed wreck. Ugh.
Who said that?
This is like 4 different people.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sure they're totally on the up and up. Let's see. Gorbag says Wii Boost is a Wi-Fi cell booster. I don't recall the brand off the top of my head, but I remember it was a name brand. I forget what it was, though. It wasn't something I was not familiar with. Let's put it that way.
And go figure, they're all check marks. Huh.
Yeah, Angry Illinoisan. No spoilers. Dude, don't worry. I mean, the biggest spoiler of the entire movie is in the trailers. So it spoils the entire story, honestly, from the original series forward, because it's like, oh, so the Emperor's alive again? Okay. Let's see. Prospero says, Minions of the Zoo. Yes, guys, there is a show called Minions of the Zoo, which is hosted by a rotating cast of characters on one channel. It started out as a Lords of the Night after show. It's now a show of its own. So if you want some more commentary and discussion and such, go check out Minions of the Zoo. Link is in the chat right now from Prospero. Wandering Lisa says, I'll watch Rise of Skywalker, but I won't pay to see it. Yeah, I'll probably end up watching it. Well, yeah, maybe when it comes out on Netflix or something. Though, like I said before, this will be the very first Star Wars movie that I don't go see on opening night and have the opportunity. Like when the original trilogy was released on the special edition in the theaters for a limited time, I was there opening night each time. When the prequels came out, I was there opening day each time. And the last 2 movies, opening night each time. And I have absolutely no desire or craving at all to want to go see this thing.
No.
So. Let's see. Mr. Scott says, Scribe I've been avoiding trailers. Thank you for the spoiler. Dude, I'm sorry. I apologize, but it is the most not spoiled thing that the trailers and all the advertising and everything else hasn't already done. I don't know. It wasn't a secret. It wasn't a twist. They've been banking on that as part of the entire thing. So like the posters and stuff. Okay, I apologize. I just didn't mean to, but it's just I'm a little. Anyway, next 6 minutes, Satsu. How awesome will Squeedus look in the Oval Office in 2054?
Pretty damn awesome.
Jack Gunsky says, I didn't go see The Last Jedi. Okay. I didn't go see The Last Jedi. Why the hell would I see this new one? I went to see The Last Jedi because I didn't know it would be that bad. I mean, I went into it with, I liked The Force Awakens okay. I thought there were plenty of problems with it, but I was like, it's all right. I thought, they can only get better, right? No. Let's see. Jenna P says, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sinatra's real professional. He makes sure we all hear his sneezes and things. He doesn't mute his
I didn't feel it coming up.
Yeah, okay.
Just happened.
All right. That's what she said. Mata Winter, oh lords, would you try a veal steak with coddled eggs and baby back ribs? What's a coddled egg? Satsu, you're the cook amongst us. What's a coddled egg?
No idea.
Okay. I don't know what a coddled egg is, but given that the things surrounding it don't sound terrible, I would try it, sure.
Is an egg that you give special treatment to.
That's what I thought.
Unlimited privileges and never has to,
Yeah. It's an egg that got a participation ribbon.
You can be whatever you want to be, little egg.
See, Grizilla says, I'm saving my money to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yeah, I'm much more excited to see Ghostbusters Afterlife than I am to see the Star Wars movie. The trailer, okay, so a couple of things I am kind of worried about, well, not worried about, but kind of like, is they got the kid from Stranger Things in it, which is a bit too on the nose for me, because the whole thing is that, in season 2 of Stranger Things, they were wearing Ghostbusters outfits for Halloween, and making that kid just like the kid movie paranormal kid. I don't know. It sounds like it's typecasting him, honestly. But aside from that, there was a lot of little Easter egg / fan service in the trailer. It wasn't excessive, though, at least in the trailer. I don't know what it's going to be like in the movie, but I didn't feel like I was just being lured in on the basis of nostalgia. Even though it's hard to avoid that when you're talking about the Ghostbusters. But they did it in such a way that I didn't feel pandered to, I guess. And that's just me, maybe. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing it, at least hearing more about it, unless or until they tell me it's terrible. Or people that I rely on tell me it's terrible. What?
I just remembered that piece of fucketry that I was trying to find.
All right. What is it?
There was a post put up by Crime Lich or something like that. It says, if you're a trans person and find yourself on a date with a cis person who describes themselves as trans attracted, you should rob them. Take their things. Obviously, it's not safe to do it right away, so maybe you should case them a little bit and show up later with a gang, but definitely rob them.
I'm confused.
I'm confused also.
Okay. So if someone says they're not trans, if you're on a date with someone who's trans and the person says they're not trans attracted, you leave them alone?
You probably kill them. I mean, if them desiring you makes you rob them, then them not desiring you, well, it has to be death.
Okay. Anyway, Gorbag Goes Camping. Have you ever had deviled egg potato salad, Scribe Light? Yes. Or either of you two?
I've had deviled eggs and I've had potato salad. I have
Not
never
together,
had deviled egg potato salad.
I've had deviled egg potato salads. All right. Sinatra?
No.
Okay. All right. Ebony Williams says, Scribe, I'm 45 minutes into my shift and I'm losing steam. Well, don't worry. The winter sale is going to start on Thursday.
Yay!
Not that kind of steam. I would recommend Dr. Pepper if you can get your hands on some. But I don't know where you work, so I don't know if Dr. Pepper's at hand.
Yes, the sheer disgustingness will wake you right up.
Shut up. Angry Illinoisan, what would you rather have when seeing a movie? Free popcorn or matinee ticket price? Matinee ticket price.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I would spend the difference on the popcorn and get a smaller, which would cost me.
Man. Fucking movie theater next to me, popcorn is like $20. I might just want to.
Original Stream says a coddled egg is steamed in a ceramic cup. Scribe light. Oh, okay. I to the best of my knowledge, I've never had a coddled egg before, so I wouldn't know. Stargazer Nuts. Hello, Scribe light. Sorry, I have missed the show. No worries, Nuts. It's okay. You deserve a night off. Where's Monkey? Monkey was not feeling good today. He fell down the stairs earlier today, and he let us know before the stream started that he was hurting a bit too much, and if he did come on the show, he wasn't sure he'd be able to participate much because he's distracted, so I told him to go rest, and he is resting now, so hopefully we'll see him tomorrow at the usual time. Next 6 minute Scribe, does the release date of Godzilla versus King Kong being pushed back to November 2020 bother you? Not really, because I haven't seen either of the new Godzilla movies or the Skull Island movie. In an industry sense, I don't know. I mean, you could read a whole bunch of things into that. What was their original release date? Were they going to be going up against something else that would be too much competition? Did they decide they needed reshoots, or they needed to work more on the special effects to make it better? A whole bunch of different reasons they could have pushed it back. But then it's not a franchise that I'm particularly tied to, so I'm not worried per se. But if there's some behind the scenes drama, I'm sure I'll hear about it between now and then. Data Wasteland, Scribe Light, Scribbles, Gmail, do the links and video and the reviews. Okay, thank you. I'll take a look. Motto Winter, Olids, why you no drink Panda? What is Panda?
Yeah, what is that? You've been saying that for like 3 days.
Yeah, is that a brand of something? Is that an inside joke for something that I'm not aware of? Panda? I mean, is it like a weird way of saying like Fanta or something? Because I definitely won't drink Fanta.
Panda.
Let's see. Eva one says Godzilla and King are the same size. They screwed the pooch. Yeah, King Kong was decidedly much smaller than Godzilla, at least originally. If you look on the original movie, he climbed the Empire State Building, but his hand was only big enough to basically hold a human person. So his hand's about 6 or maybe 12 feet long or something like that. And then Godzilla's skyscraper level. So Godzilla would have just like stepped on King Kong. It would have been no big deal. Adabisi says, "Oh, Monk is in a better place." Not like that. He's just laying down and probably watching some Married with Children or something. Hopefully, getting some sleep. Let's see. Gorbag Goes Camping. The new Godzilla Kong are decent movies. I hope they are just pushing it back for a few minor tweaks. Couldn't tell you. I heard okay things about the first Godzilla movie, and okay things about Skull Island. But then, because there was a King Kong movie several years ago that Peter Jackson did, I was kind of surprised they do another one so soon. But I also heard that Skull Island was kind of like, there's a lot of things that didn't make any sense in the movie. So, I don't know. I haven't seen them, so I can't say for sure. Data Wasteland says Panda soft drinks. Okay, I've never heard of Panda soda or Panda soft drinks. I honestly never heard of it. I don't even know if it's something that I can get in my area. I don't know if it's like one of those things. Let's see. Ebony Williams, my lords, has there been a reboot you've actually liked? Okay, well, a reboot to me means like they're restarting a franchise. Like just like a remake is just like a one-off. Like True Grit was a remake because there wasn't like a series or something that was inherently attached to. Oh, I think Rooster Cogburn showed up in more than one movie back in the olden days. So a reboot that I liked. Trying to think. Let's see. Well, Star Wars. I mean, I didn't hate Homecoming for Spider-Man. That's kind of a reboot because it's a whole its own thing since Sony did it like twice. I haven't seen the newest one though, the newest Spider-Man movie. I've seen bits and pieces from clips and things, so it looks okay. But got a reboot I liked. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a franchise that I didn't mind in the first place. I mean, a lot of things have been like continuations lately, like the Indiana Jones movie or the new Blade Runner movie or anything with Harrison Ford that he's trying to cash in on before he dies. So I don't know.
I can't think of one off the top of my head either.
Let's see. Ercole Di Stefano, the Dark Knight reboot was dope. Oh, you mean like the Christopher Nolan series?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean, as far as reboots go, it was all right. Although I think the Dark Knight film itself was the best of all three, and you really don't need to watch the other two movies. Hell, Dark Knight is probably one of the best comic book movies or comic book adaptations ever made. Next to Iron Man. Tailed feature, fucking me. Fucking me. Gold Throttle. What are you doing up this late? Isn't it like 3 a.m. there or something? Or are you still celebrating Boris Johnson and the Conservatives winning? Are you still awake for that? Let's see. 4-minute warning, guys. Any other questions? Remember that tomorrow night, per usual, and I do emphasize most likely we'll be on Monkey's channel for the regular show at the regular time. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for any updates. If that changes, just be on the lookout for any notices on that. And be sure to subscribe to Satsu's channel, my channel, and Monkey's channel, and hit the bell icon because presumably that will give you some kind of notice as to when things happen, supposedly. And not directly related, but just as important, go check out Sinatra Says' channel. And if you like his stuff, be sure to subscribe there as well. He's already got like lots and lots of subscribers, so he's not hurting.
I mean, I'll take more though.
Like the rest of us are, like us, down here in the trenches. Tailed Future says, Kadu Mrab Epstein Efein. I probably fucked that up, but I'm assuming that says Epstein did not kill himself. Although I am curious to know, Tail, did I get anywhere near pronouncing any of that correctly? Just because morbidly curious. El Vaquero 555, Scribe Light, what did you think of Cloud Atlas? Never watched it. Never had any interest in it. I heard bits and pieces about it. I think I watched a video essay regarding it, but it never appealed to me. Tailed Feature says no. Yeah, I didn't think I pronounced any of it well. That's fine. I tried. Thank you, Cody Fry. Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, and cereal isn't soup.
You're half right.
Die Hard is entirely a Christmas movie.
It is 100% a Christmas movie because the entire plot revolves around the fact that it's Christmas.
Yes. Father coming home to see his family for Christmas. Things happen in between. It's a Christmas movie.
The takeover happens at a Christmas party. It's a Christmas movie.
And there's Christmas bells jingling when he gets ready to knock Hans Gruber off the building. And the movie ends with a Christmas song. So I don't know what to tell you.
I got a machine gun for Christmas. It's a fucking Christmas movie.
Yeah. Now I have a machine gun too. Ho, ho, ho. Let's see. Gorbag Goes Camping. The Living Dead movies, maybe, i.e. Night of the Dead, Day of the Dead script. Oh, that kind of reboot? So the 90s remake of Night of the Living Dead, I didn't mind so much. I actually liked it back then because it was all right. But Dawn of the Dead, I thought the new one with the fast zombies, I thought was terrible. I think the original Dawn of the Dead is still a classic. There's still something so sort of real about those opening few minutes where you have this news station and everybody's freaking out trying to figure out what's going on. And I mean, it almost seems a little documentary when you're watching it. And I don't know. Like I say, there's something about that movie and how it starts out. And Day of the Dead, I thought was still great. That's still a great movie. So I don't think those. Like I said, those movies don't need to be remade. I don't think they can be remade as effectively. Like I said, I didn't mind the '90s remake of Night of the Living Dead, but it wasn't necessary. Let's see. Motto Winter says, Scribe like Panda is a mixed drink with an alcohol, a chocolate alcohol, milk, crushed ice is a mixed drink. A chocolate alcohol mixed crushed ice.
What?
What kind of alcohol? I mean, almost sounds like a White Russian or something. But anyway, guys, we're at the top of the hour and thus the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Really do appreciate it. Send good vibes Monkey's way so that he'll feel better tomorrow or in general because he needs it. Like I say, keep an eye on Twitter for any announcements. We should be on Monkey's channel tomorrow night at the regular time. If that changes, we will let you know the best way that we can. Be sure to check out Sinatra's channel. Be sure to check out all of our channels. Anything else before we go, guys?
Nah, son.
Nope.
All right. And if you are interested in more entertainment after this, you can go check out Jack Gunsky's channel, or you can check out Minions of the Zoo, or you can check out my extensive library of videos, because I've got a lot of stuff to watch, if you're interested. Or not. Depends on you. But I won't be offended, but I would appreciate it. Anyway, everybody, Satsu, Sinatra, thank you for joining me as always.
Mm-hmm.
Sinatra, especially, thank you for sitting in for Monkey.
Absolutely.
Everyone, your lives make us sad, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
And per tradition, pulling out my copy of Screw the Roses, Send Me the Thorns, the romance and sexual sorcery of sadomasochism.
Sadomasochism.
Turning to your random page, and today's secret word is dimensions.
Ooh.
That was a bit too much, I think.